Right. Hi, this is Bobby from Evo, and I've been driving the new Toyota Fortuner for almost a week, and I have to say it's a very compelling product. First of all, the design is fantastic. I've been walking around the car. There's not even a bad angle to it, right? It's very modern, right? And how the lights are designed and all that is really nice. It's a very handsome car, and it easily passes off as a Lexus. You know, there's a lot of Toyota owners who like to batch swap to a Lexus. I think this car qualifies the most, maybe next to the Camry XV40. Now, even with that highly, handsome front, there is a very, very good approach angle. Look at it. So it's actually part of the design, but it makes the car not only functional when it comes to off-roading. We went with a bit of rough off-road that day, and it handles really well. So the profile of the car, look at the rear kink there. After the rear doors, it sort of kinks up and it looks good. It looks good. And it doesn't in any way, because of the design, it is into practicality, headrooms and all that. No, there's none of those issues. I really like it. Oh, it's locked. Wait, let me unlock it. Very nice cabin. Cool. The car is very well spec. This is the high spec variant, the SRZ version, the 2.7 petrol. Now, yes, the power boot opens really slow. Right? So if all 7 seats are up, there's still a little bit of room here. Now, if you try to flip this over, you'll be looking for, hey, is there a latch, a lever, or a strap or something? Is it this one, or is it? Nah, it's here. There you go. So that's the best it can do. It doesn't fold flat, or certain cars they fold up to give more space. So I believe this could have been better engineered in a way whereby it's able to, drop the seat bottom into the footwell, and then this one on top and all that. But there's none of that. So that's a bit of a drawback, right? It's not flat, so you have to stack your stuff. You have to plan it well, and you have to stack it. Now, as for the second row, this is how it works. And right now, that's how it works. No, this is supposed to be at the back. Alright. So in terms of entry, it's easy, but of course this is the leather frame body, and there's quite a bit of stuff going on down there. So you can see this raised floor. I've mentioned this in some of my other videos. For the third row, it's not so much how much knee room you have, it's about the depth of the footwell. So if you watch my Sienta video during the unveiling, I point out the fact that Toyota designed the interior so well that even at the third row you have a deep footwell. When you have a deep footwell, an adult can sit comfortably even if the knees are touching the seat back. So, but apparently this is definitely not the case, and that's a lot of SUVs are like that. They don't have enough depth of footwell for third row passenger. But the fact that it tumbles and folds is easy to enter, and you can recline the second row, and it's very spacious on the second row. Okay, let's come in. A bit of a climb because this is a tall vehicle. Now, I'll let you check out. I'm 5'11". This is the amount of headroom I still have. So any more doesn't really help in terms of comfort and all that. As long as your head is not touching, you won't feel that it's bad. And the knee room is fantastic. See, I can slot my feet beneath. I can sit here, and it's flat. This part is flat, if you notice it. If this is flat, means the person sitting in the middle will be very comfortable. Yeah, car makers, you don't need to really make the middle part to be so pronounced that the person just won't be comfortable sitting in the middle. So even if it's four-wheel drive, the center tunnel, let's step outside, show you. The center tunnel is not that pronounced, so it's very good. So you can rest your feet here or here, right? Okay, you see, that's a cigarette port, 20 volt, 120 watt, 12 volt, but there's no USB ports here. Right, second row, you have your own air conditioning and all that. It's good. It's a well-designed, well-appointed cabin. Now, I like this full length. Of course, if the speakers are here, this could have been even longer. But the fact that they clear it up, they don't block it, is good enough. A big bottle here and other stuffs here is good. Nice touches everywhere. It's a good-looking cabin. Nicely sized. Ooh, very thick, very high quality plastics. And this one, I really like this. So this is the design feature, and then it's also a button. So I like that. Again, look at that, full-length door bins. That means a big bottle can be fitted, and all your other stuff is there. And it's not hard to find stuff. Some cars, they block it off this part, but inside you can, your things can still get stuck inside. Very nice. So no complaints. So this is the high spec variant. Even comes with dash cam. I'll give you another look around the car. Looks good. The power tailgate is really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, just to round it up. Sun visors comes as standard here. I don't even call it sun visor, it's a visor. Right. So the car is very good looking. Yeah, handsome car, and LED daytime running lights, projector, headlamps. Yeah. No complaints, no complaints. And even looks good in this color. Maybe I'm old, but I like the color. Champagne. Yep, thank you. Behind the wheel of the new Toyota Fortuner, and I'm not sure if you're able to hear it, but there is a rather interesting engine note. I'll try. I'm not sure if you're able to hear it, but it doesn't sound like the usual, you know, NA car noise that we get, hey, and all that. No, this one has some rumble to it. I quite like that, but it's a bit weird to hear that in a 7-seater SUV. It's been a long time coming, because mainly because the Hilux and the Fortuner itself, they were selling so well year after year. It's as if, you know, the competition has been, I think they have launched like 3 generations to challenge the Hilux and the Fortuner. Mainly Hilux, because the Fortuner is based on the Hilux. So, but none of them did anything to dent the sales of Hilux. It commands a 50% market share in Malaysia. So out of 10 person who buys a pickup truck, 5 naturally picks a Hilux. And then the remaining 50% is shared amongst all the other players, where Ford Ranger, if I'm not wrong, is the leading so-called challenger. And then it will be D-Max, and after D-Max will be the Triton. D-Max and Triton is rather near to each other, and Navara is quite behind everybody else. So, well, yeah, back to the Fortuner. It's so different now. I will show you the interior later, but it's very, very different. The whole car is very refined. There is, you know, a leather stitch cluster hood. You don't even get that in a lot of Italian cars, right? It's leather stitch, and these are nice soft leather. I don't care whether they're real or fake leather. They feel good. They feel good to the touch, and it looks good to see that stitching there. And this whole part, all the way down here, leather, so your thighs feel good. What do you call that? That's a thigh. This is not a thigh. I'm not sure, but it feels good. So yeah, I like it, and it's quite quiet in here. Apart from that sound we hear when we accelerate, every time we accelerate, but that's a good sound. It's a good noise. The ride is a bit busy, but that's normal in pickup truck derived body on frame SUVs, because they ride on a pickup truck platform. But that's a give and take. Hear that? That sounds good. Okay, the car drives well. It drives well. It drives well. There is body roll. You feel the height. You feel the high center of gravity of the car, but it's well controlled. These are proven power plants from Toyota. The gearbox, the engine, they are very much proven. They might not be the most sophisticated drivetrains there is, but they prove their worth. They are freaking reliable and decent in economy, and it's good. Basically, it's the old drivetrain, but if it works, why change it, right? Now, is it powerful enough for a 2.7 liter petrol engine? Barely. Alright, this is not a quick car, but it's not massively underpowered as well. But like I said, it's barely adequate for its size and its weight and all that. So you can drive at ease, you can go at ease. I think the sensation of driving this car and how it feels is almost like driving the previous 2-liter engine in the Camry. So that's roughly how it feels, you know. The power is adequate. It's never fast, but it's adequate. Of course, when you go gunting and all that, when you rev the throttle, you will hear that, you know, the rapid downshifting and upshifting. The gears will be, you know, worked a lot because of the limited bandwidth of power that the engine has for this vehicle. I brought the car to highway drives and even off-road. Now, one thing I really noticed, Toyota put effort in this car in terms of handling. It handles well. It tracks its line well. It controls its body roll well. Pedal shifters. I like the fact that they include pedal shifters. Again, I'm going to stress this. Pedal shifters is no longer a sporty thing to have, in my opinion. It is nowadays, I believe, a safety device. So we've all gotten so used to pedal shifters, and left to downshift, right to upshift, and it's good to have it at your fingertips, so that under any circumstances when it's needed, it's a lot shorter travel from here than coming here, pushing it to the side and do your plus minus thing. Yeah, I just think pedal shifters are important, and it's good to have them. And whether it's fast or not, no, but it's alright. It's not a Ferrari. You don't need to be, you know, lightning fast. Another thing is that they weighted the steering, so when you're driving fast, you feel that it's very, you know, secure and planted. But the problem with that is that it never really changes when you are at slow speeds or when you are parking your car. So at when you're trying to maneuver around at slow speeds, it's a bit tiring slightly, because it's artificially weighted and it's heavy. It helps when you're driving fast, but not so much when you're not driving fast. I really like the interface. So I'm in the navigation here. So yeah, everything looks so far very intuitive. Bangsar Village. Oops, spelling. Yep, let's try. There we go. Is that how? Oh, this one. Okay, calculating. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Of course, it's no in-car systems are as convenient as our Waze. Not that bad. Okay, there's no available road to change. Can look around. It indicates where I am and where's the center of the screen. Where should I be pointing and all that. It's very user-friendly. I think way better than what Lexus had. Yeah, it's super simple. So I presume I go back like that. Good. Map. Good. Route overview. Wow, that's very snappy. Settings and all that. The guy who designed this deserves an award. Yes, we know it's not the most powerful processor behind. Some of the graphics a bit so, but overall it's quite good. You know, you have your time, your date and all that. It's very good. It's very well done. This system is very well done, except the part that it doesn't allow me to make a phone call while I'm driving. That's mad. How can you not allow me to make a phone call when I'm driving? That's the purpose I use an in-car system, right? Hands-free talking, right? I can only accept calls. That's not good, right? Only the phone part, but so far everything else is
okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
You speak a Hoyan. We arrange you to go to Japan for audition, okay?
Every Malaysian radio station is annoying. All of them are, except BFM. All of them. I don't know why they need to speak like woohoo. They all speak like Russell Peters on steroids. I don't know. Widget. Oh, you can move the widgets around, is that? You can customize widgets and all that. Photos? Seriously? Quite good. What else? It has a small little dial here that can change from two-wheel drive to high 4 and low 4. There's an eco mode and power mode. Now, by default, I think it's in eco mode. Oh no, that's the default mode. Okay, so you can go into eco mode where the revs will be kept lower and all that. But when I press power mode, I don't really feel that big of a difference in terms of the throttle. But I'm sure there are. If not, they won't create that button there. In terms of shift points and all that, perhaps. Yeah. So I like the drive. I like the interior furnishing. There's cup holders here. There's a lot of cubby spaces. It's really nice. Overall, it's really. Oh, as a 7-seater car, there's a distinct lack of USB ports. So I drove the Subaru Levorg earlier on, and it has 5 USB ports. This car has 1. There's only 1. And the first day when I got it, I was trying to look for ports over here, inside here. I couldn't find any of them, and little did I know is there's just this tiny port here. So I know it's a cost measure where this is an entire system by itself. They put it here, but it would be great if they have another 2 ports at the back that at least they can charge their devices. And yeah, that is to me rather crucial. USB ports is much needed these days. So you see, I think you can hear it or feel it, right? All these small little bumps and all that, it just transmits into the cabin. But the big ones are perfectly fine. So yeah, and it's this. Let's have a look at the car. I like the size of the steering. I like this part a lot. And I like the design. Yes, hard plastic, but it's high quality hard plastic. It's alright. Not much dampening inside. You can hear there's a bit hollow, but I have no complaints with the build quality. It's very good. This is fully capable, and I really like the interface design. It looks like our phone. So on that part, really kudos to Toyota, you know, for getting a supplier that can design all this. So it's full featured and full capable. So there is mirror link, which means that you can mirror what you see on your screen, on your cell phone screen, to this device. There's even a web browser, because there's Wi-Fi in there where you can set your phone as a hotspot and then it connects to your phone. It can even, after connect to your phone, it can beam your Wi-Fi connectivity out through a hotspot device. But the funny thing is that its Wi-Fi receptor keeps detecting its own Wi-Fi hotspot per se. So if you set it to auto connect, right, there are times where it connects to itself. You know, that that infinite loop thing. Anyway, it's HDMI capable. There's a DVD player in there. There's USB and all that. So it's really nice. Of course, the processor is not the fastest, but there's no complaints here, because to have something like that in our car is very good enough. And the satellite navigation, I really like the I like the interface of the navigation. It's one of the easiest to use. Seriously, it's quite easy. I mean, you just type in and it's able to search the places that I intend to go. History is there, so I think it all comes down to the interface. It's very user friendly, and I like it a lot. But of course, there are some things that are over, how do you call that, nanny-ish. You see, when you are driving, when I'm driving, when the car is in gear, you know, and all that, I can't even touch the screen to change a song. Of course, I can go next song with these buttons, next or previous, but there's nothing I can do here while the car is moving to do a song selection. Now imagine I'm driving and my passenger wants to change the song. He or she wouldn't be able to. That is a bit overreacting, I would say. I mean, in terms of safety, and these type of frustration actually makes it less safe, you know, to operate, because of all this limitation. Another thing is, I've had a phone call that comes in while I'm driving the other day, and the line got cut off. I tried to call that person back using this infotainment screen, and I couldn't. So now it's disconnected. That is very frustrating, because that's the primary reason we want to connect our phone to the car and keep it as Bluetooth and all that, so that we can continue operating while we're driving, you know. And whether the way to operate it is safe or not is up to the software engineer to perhaps use the best possible means to design a way that is safe to operate, and not to just simply stop everything when your car is moving. So on that part, no. Alright, so what else is in the car? There's no dual zone climate control, but it's very powerful. I kept my passengers, my kids and all that, they keep complaining from the back that it's really cold, even I'm at half operating temperature. So the air conditioning is really good. So we can adjust the volume of air, but not the temperature. All right. Now, even the third rows get their own aircon vents. It's not exactly for adults of my size, 5'11", but it's alright, it's okay. And after the seats are popped up, you still get very, you know, a little bit of room for luggage. So if it is look at it this way. This is an SUV, a fully capable SUV that you can go big time off-road, where you have a luxurious interior, and then you can go for long weekend trips with 5 person and a lot of luggage room behind, and at certain times you can fetch 7 person, which is good. They tarik hooks as well. So the car is a bit dirty, but I'm gonna go clean it now. So start driving.